Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Jared. I just wanted to tell a story about Ryan, myself, Urban, and some other kid named Seth that we kind of had to be friends with. That's another story all in itself. So, this story is about the house called Surge. Well, if you guys know Ryan and myself, we were always into getting into whatever we could possible. And one of our main things in life growing up was abandoned houses. So the story goes that, Ryan and I just one day walking around the neighborhood as usual, tormenting stuff, doing whatever we could, come along this two-story huge abandoned house. Now, the reason why we know this is abandoned because, of course, somebody was dumb enough to target the house by boarding up the windows and the front door and everything like that. So what goes off in our little kids' minds? Ding, 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 ding. Winner. We have something to get into and look around. So what do? We decide to go to the back because the front was kind of, obvious and makes us look suspicious if we're creaking around the front doors and windows trying to pop in. So we go around back and try the back door. No luck. Door was locked. So turn around. Ooh, look, it's a shed. Let's go inside this shed and see what's inside. What's wrong with this shed? Oh, it's locked too. So we decided just to kind of tinker around still a little bit more. And underneath the flower pot, I believe, we find a key. And we're like, a key. That's going to let us in the house. We try the key in the house. No dice. Not working. So, before we throw the key away and decide to move on with our lives, I said, wait a second. Doesn't that key say master on it? And isn't that lock on the shed master? Let's try it out. Winner, we get in. So that key went to the shed. And we're able to get into the shed and hopefully find all kinds of cool treasures or whatever, but nothing cool in there. It's just a, dusty, filled with spider web shed, few crickety old, tools for, lawn and gardening and whatnot, but nothing really important until we look into the corner where, out of behold, what is that? Oh, it's two little keys sitting on a key ring, hanging on this like little nail or hook or whatever it was. I wonder, do these go to the house? Of course they do. We try the back door, boom, we're in. So we decided to explore our new little, found treasure and go around the house and see what's inside. Not much is inside. We find a refrigerator, old stove, a couch, a phone is still plugged in. Pick up the receiver, still working. Wow, that's awesome. We can make prank phone calls with this bad boy. And that's about it for the downstairs, so we decided to take a trip upstairs. What do we find upstairs? Nothing much there either. Some old rickety bed and a rusty old filing cabinet, like one of those like metal, gray filing cabinets, but it's kind of rusty and old, rickety. So that's all we did for the first day, and we decided we got to tell Urban. We got to get him included in it on this house. So the next day at school, we let Urban know, of course, and we're like, hey, meet up at Ryan's at such and such time. We're going to go down to this house. I'm going to show you this cool find that we got, this treasure. So somehow Seth, I don't know how, came into the picture that day or something, and so we decided to tag him along because we kind of had to. So that next day, we all meet up and we go to our newfound glorious house. And we get inside. Of course, we kept the keys, We were smart enough for that. We took the keys with us. We locked the door too, like it was ours, like we owned it. So we took the keys, come back the next day, unlock, get inside, and we start exploring. Well, during the day, during the exploration, we all came up with the grand idea that, hey, we have to name this house. This is our clubhouse. This is our place. So, after a long discussion and no real big, oh, that's a cool name, ideas. We decided, why not use some initials out of our names? So what did we do? We started with the first initials. We have S for Seth, U for Urban, even though it's Sean, and then R for Ryan, and then J for me, Jared. Well, nothing was really coming out of all those 4 letters. Like, we really couldn't come up with something fancy, cool, and awesome and amazing like we are, of course. So we kept thinking and thinking, and eventually we came up, well, we'll do S-U-R, and then we'll give me a G-E, because J just didn't fit. So we came up with the name Surge, which, if any of you guys know, there was a drink called Surge way back in the day as well that just came out, lived a short period of time. It was not a very healthy drink, but it was a delicious drink. I had it. Came in a green can with like some orange flash around the name Surge on it and whatever. Can't remember if it was by Pepsi or whoever, but really, really unhealthy drink. Anywho, so that's what we did. We decided to name this house Surge. We gave me G-E only because J just wasn't working out. All right, what do we do as kids? Of course, we had to write it all over the place. So we carved it in the walls, we got permanent marker, we got paint and anything else that you can imagine, and just carved it in all of the bedroom walls upstairs throughout every single room. So this house was now named Surge. Of course, we got some red and tried to make it look like blood was coming out of the letters and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So, great thing about this clubhouse, we used the fridge as our bathroom. So every time we had to take a piss, we just opened up the fridge, opened up like the little vegetable or meat drawer crisper, and did our business, and then we closed it all up. So after about a couple weeks, every time you opened the fridge, it started smelling really bad. So then we started using the stove. We used this house for numerous prank phone calls. We used this house to do just numerous meetings and stuff like that to plan our next big adventure and whatever else we were doing. So the greatest thing about this entire story is this. Well, actually, it's 2 good things. First, we found one of those pop-up little attic things. And so we decided, hey, there could be like a dead body or more treasures up in that little attic pop-up thing. Let's check it out. What do? We take that rickety old filing cabinet, scoot it all the way into that bedroom in the closet where the pop-up was, and put it in there. Somehow, I don't know how, either I volunteered or pulled the last straw between me, Urban, and Ryan. Seth, yeah, he came like the first day, maybe one other day, and was kind of out of it. Maybe he didn't like the destruction and all the crazy things that we were doing in the house. But anyways, so I climb up this rickety filing cabinet. And as I pop the roof up and start to peek my head in, some loud noise occurs somewhere in the house. And I think it spooked Ryan and Urban. And so they scattered. And as they scattered, I did a jerk-like movement, caused the filing cabinet to wobble, and then caused me to fall, which gave me a 10-inch scratch all the way at my back. I was bleeding beyond belief. Ryan comes back and, of course, is taking care of me. He's like, dude, you all right, man? So sorry about that. But, no real treasures up in that attic thing. Nothing. Just like a typical attic. Nothing but installation, dirt, dust, and spider webs again. So the end of this story about Surge House is this. We spent about a few months in this house. Of course, we fill up the fridge and stove with piss, and it smells and all that. But the house eventually was sold. All right, the house got sold. Now, remind you, Surge, the drink, was not out by this time. So the house sold. Someone bought the house, and about 3 months later, the drink Surge comes out. Now, I have no clue the coincidence in that. Very freaking weird. I'm assuming somebody was ballsy enough to drink the piss combination that was in the vegetable drawer and meat drawer from us, and said, wow, that shit tastes delicious. And they canned it and made a drink. I don't know. I have no clue, but that's the oddest thing ever. Anywho, that's just a quick story about Ryan and some of the abandoned houses, adventures that I, and Urban had. Great times. Love you, man. Love you, brother. Can't wait to see you. Have a good one. Hello, everyone. I got another story about Ryan. He's my brother. He's my friend. He's my mentor. He's just an awesome person. And another great story about Ryan is he was an amazing, witty, intelligent DM master. We used to play Dungeons and Dragons, Werewolf, what was it, Solar or something like that, some other type of game like D&D. And the great, awesome things about that was him as a dungeon master was just amazing. I worked at Papa John's. I was a manager, so what would I do? Of course, I would make the legendary ISB pizza. Ryan knows what I'm talking about. Best motherfucking pizza in the world. I'd make a few pizzas, grab some 2 liters, some chicken tenders, wings, or whatever else as I closed up shop. Bring them over on a Friday night. Cliff, Urban, myself, Scott, Jeremy, Matt, anybody else that was involved in the campaigns would gather all up. We'd chow down on some delicious ISB pizza and whatever else I made and had a freaking great time. Man, I miss those campaigns. I miss you, Ryan. I really want you to come back and be another DM for me. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Love you, man.